What if I told you that the biggest scam in history isn't run by criminals, but by governments? For centuries, they've used money itself as a weapon, shaping economies, rewriting rules, and making you believe you're free, while quietly keeping you broke. You work, you save, you follow the rules, but somehow you never really get ahead. And that's not a coincidence, it's design. Governments promise stability, protection, and growth, but behind every promise lies a trick: inflation, debt, and control disguised as progress. The real question isn't if you're being played, it's how long until you notice. Governments love to tell you they're fighting for your financial freedom, for equality, opportunity, and growth. But history tells a different story. Behind the speeches, the policies, and the promises lies a much older game, one designed not to free you, but to control you. It's a system that rewards obedience, punishes independence, and keeps the average person just comfortable enough to stop asking questions. If you've ever wondered why prices rise faster than your income, why you work harder but never feel richer, or why every economic rescue somehow benefits the rich first, you're not imagining it. These are not accidents. They are financial tricks, carefully engineered to make you believe you're in control while the system quietly drains your wealth. First and most powerful trick is inflation, the silent thief of wealth. When governments spend more than they earn, they face two choices: raise taxes or print more money. Raising taxes is unpopular, so they choose the easy path: print. Every time new money is created, the value of your existing money shrinks. It's like adding water to soup. The pot looks full, but the flavor disappears. Ancient Rome did it by mixing copper into silver coins. Modern governments do it by pressing buttons at central banks. The result is the same. Savings lose value, goods become expensive, and the middle class gets squeezed. They call it economic growth, but in reality, it's a hidden tax, one that steals quietly from your wallet while pretending to help the economy. The second trick is debt. Not yours, but your government's. Every year, nations borrow trillions through bonds and loans, promising it's for the people. Infrastructure, healthcare, education, noble words that disguise the truth. Because while politicians borrow, it's you who pays the interest through taxes, inflation, and future austerity. The rich buy government bonds and earn steady returns. The poor fund those returns through higher prices and lower wages. It's one of the oldest wealth transfer systems in existence, and it works perfectly because it feels invisible. They call it public spending. You call it the cost of living. Then comes the bailout trick, the illusion of protection. When the system collapses, as it did in 2008, governments rush in to save it. But who do they save? Not the homeowners who lost everything, not the workers who lost their jobs. They save the very institutions that caused the disaster. Trillions printed, banks rescued, CEOs rewarded, and the public told it was for stability. The truth? The rich kept their profits, the poor inherited the debt. The real message was clear. In this system, you bear the risk, they reap the reward. In the 21st century, the game evolved. They gave it a new name: quantitative easing. It sounds complex, and that's the point. The central bank prints trillions to support markets, buying government bonds and corporate assets. Markets rise, investors cheer, and newspapers call it a success. But look closer. That new money doesn't flow into your pocket. It flows into stocks, real estate, and assets owned by the top 10%. prices soar, and suddenly the dream of owning a home slips out of reach. The rich get richer from rising assets. The rest pay the price through higher rent, higher debt, and higher despair. Inflation, debt, and money printing all lead to one outcome: a hidden tax. You might not see it on your payslip, but you feel it every time you buy groceries, pay rent, or fill your car. It's a tax on your time. Your hours become worth less each year. You think you're earning more because your salary number rises, but if your expenses rise faster, you're actually losing. Governments love this trick because they can claim they haven't raised taxes, yet they collect more from you every day. It's the perfect con: invisible, endless, and legal. The most brilliant trick of all is complexity. Tax codes thousands of pages long. Economic terms nobody understands. Budgets buried under jargon. It's not meant to inform you, it's meant to confuse you. Because confusion breeds compliance. The less you understand, the easier you are to control. In ancient Rome, the people could see their coins losing silver. Today, the numbers are buried in spreadsheets. The effect is the same. Your wealth drains away, one decimal point at a time. So how do you escape? Start by seeing through the illusion. When governments announce stimulus, ask who profits first. When they say inflation is temporary, ask who benefits from rising prices. When they promise economic growth, ask who's actually growing. The truth is uncomfortable but freeing. The system isn't broken, it's designed this way. The goal isn't your prosperity, it's your dependence. But the moment you understand the tricks, you begin to step outside them. Financial education is not just knowledge, it's resistance. Because once you see the game, you stop playing by their rules. So how do you escape? Start by seeing through the illusion. When governments announce stimulus, ask who profits first. When they say inflation is temporary, ask who benefits from rising prices. When they promise economic growth, ask who's actually growing. The truth is uncomfortable but freeing. The system isn't broken, it's designed this way. The goal isn't your prosperity, it's your dependence. But the moment you understand the tricks, you begin to step outside them. Financial education is not just knowledge, it's resistance. Because once you see the game, you stop playing by their rules. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe. Because history has all the answers, and I'll show you where to look next.